Okay.
Alright.
It's only 4:34. We have plenty of time to make more things go wrong. Okay, well,
Test. One, two,
roll 20 is not super
three,
intensive, so I
four,
imagine that I'll
5. Okay,
probably have
cool.
it
It's picking
easy.
it up. Nice. Well, there's a reason I use Firefox because RAM Chrome is a RAM eating machine. Or you could use today's sponsor, Opera GX.
No, I am a
You could.
slave in modern society. I like how you're like, man, Google Chrome uses so much RAM, and then I look, and VoiceMod is currently using twice as much.
Oh my god.
No, it was doing that because it was loading up, but it's loading up really slowly because I'm trying to launch a bunch of things at the same time. And in as a result of me launching a bunch of things at the same time, everything is fucking up. I could have probably maybe gotten one or two things, but three things, nah. Voice mod keeps crashing. Okay, voice mod, you stop trying to work. You're causing more problems than is necessary. Just close Steam, because that's not necessary right now at this current moment. That's only making things harder.
It took him long enough, but he's finally closed Steam. He can't even do that in the other section.
Refuse.
Holy fuck, this counter is so dirty. God damn. Alright, that's what happens when you sharpen a fucking knife on it.
I'm looking at a list of games for
Fucking pickle, bro.
like randomizer setup. One of the games listed is MS Paint,
What?
which notably I didn't know was a game. First of all, two, that it was physically possible to randomize its progression.
I have so
MS Paint randomizer.
Yeah,
Yo,
no, and not just any randomizer, an archipelago randomizer, which means you play it with other people.
Guys, are we doing the MS Paint randomizer?
Hold on, I need to look at this GitHub link.
You know what? Let me try and load the Roll20 without loading Discord. Because Discord keeps fucking up. To be fair, Roll20's not doing much better.
I love how incredibly rusted this blade is. So, like, I push it along the whetstone, and the green whetstone is turning brown. It's disgusting.
That's the sign of a job well done.
Maybe. I wouldn't know. This is my first time ever using a whetstone and sharpening a blade, so.
Bam.
Listen, normally when I sharp blades, I have the, like, a stupid, like, knife sharpener because I'm only ever sharpening kitchen knives. I'm never sharpening weapons of war. Listen, we're probably more than a minute past, so the YouTube moderators are probably just gonna be like, "Oh, we're gonna copyright strike you again for the 18th time over music," and I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm uploading this fucking thing for memories.
What are you getting copyright striked on?
Your battle music.
Does it cut out the battle music on the replayed streams? Because it used to do for me.
It doesn't do that anymore. It's YouTube that's fighting me, not Twitch.
YouTube's the one that does that? Lame.
Yeah.
Your video will be delisted. Okay.
Oh no, it'll be delisted.
Oh
no.
That was my sole source of income.
Oh, this is not good. This is very bad.
You know what else is really bad? How sharp I'm gonna make this thing and accidentally cut myself.
Maybe if I open the door, I can let the Wi-Fi in.
You know, if you put a aluminum cone around your Wi-Fi, it will make the signal stronger. The back. Put it around the back.
No, cover the entire thing in one big aluminum cone.
I'm sending a message to Mars.
You can't just shoot a hole into the surface of Mars. So I gotta ask you a question, Zach.
Yeah.
One, no one in here is in that campaign, so I think I have the liberty to ask. So you remember Devin's old character that's just wandering around in that world somewhere?
Which one?
I don't remember his name, but because the one where we were all named John, we were fighting Tiamat.
Oh. No, his is the only character that died.
Well, his character's still alive, just
It's
wandering
in
the
hell.
Hellstrom. Yeah, just in the hell.
In hell.
Yeah. So is that supposed to be Doom Guy? Is that a reference to Doom Guy?
I guess he is now. I might not be able to make this work today. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not having a lot of luck. I'm trying, but the only alternative is that I have to set it up in another room, which I cannot do at the current moment, because we don't have enough space in the next room yet. Because I was supposed to move it into the office. The problem is that the office is a mess, and we haven't cleaned it. So, I'm gonna keep trying for a little while longer, but TBD.
You know, now that I think about it, the stream might be picking this up. Which that's gonna work wonders.
Picking what up?
The whetstone?
Yeah, me grinding against the whetstone.
Is it a wet whetstone or a dry whetstone?
It's like a pretty wet whetstone, but it's still loud.
Okay. Like an oil whetstone or a water whetstone?
These ones are water.
Nice.
It said use water, so I use water.
Yeah. I mean, they'll usually tell you which one is the best lubricant.
Yeah, it said soak it in there for a minute and then like you can use it. And I was like, okay. Obviously, I've been putting more water on it as time has gone on.
It's funny because the water most of the time, or like really, the water or the oil or whatever it is, doesn't do anything with it sharpening. Like it will sharpen without it. It's just there to pull the like shavings away from the blade and the stone
Yep.
Yep.
to prevent it from clogging up the stone.
Yeah, so I'm like taking it off periodically and like washing it.
Yeah, especially since you're on what, like a 400 grit stone right now. You're basically setting an edge rather than sharpening.
Yeah,
it.
I am. Because like this one, again, this blade has these blades were originally bought as gardening tools.
Yeah.
And then they were used and never sharpened.
Ah. I just noticed the little table thing that Zach's monitor is on only has legs on one half of it.
That's so
Yeah.
That makes me obscenely uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
That makes me so
Uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
like that seemed normal to me. Like not normal, but like I think it's just because you can't see the bottom of it.
Well, I know the base extends over, but still,
I am
it
concerned.
makes me uncomfortable.
Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, Mr. Jamie. The
Yes.
mine is doing the same right now.
Like,
Like personally,
Like,
I
what-
see what you mean by it's weird, but I feel like if I saw the bottom of it, I would be perfectly fine with it.
I got
See-
a question. I got a question for y'all.
I'd put a
If-
mug on it, like
if
full
some-
of
Liquid.
hot liquid
Yeah. But,
that
like,
will
that's
stain
it.
the carpet or whatever. But I wouldn't put my monitor on it.
So I got a
Mm.
question. I got a
That's
question
fair.
for y'all. If someone provided you with a Tenseti structure table, would you use it?
A tensegrity table.
Yeah.
Is that the
tensegrity.
one that has the chains or the strings?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
like chains or strings that hold
If
it
you
up,
like
yeah.
twist it a certain way, it'll just like fall over it on itself. Like,
Yeah,
It's
honestly, I maybe would put something on it, but I wouldn't use it like day to day. It'd be like a decoration piece.
I'd use it.
Like I'm not putting my mug on that'll stain the carpet or
I would-
anything
I would
valuable. It'll just be for like
Yeah.
a plant.
I would put stuff on it, but I wouldn't put anything valuable or anything that it could cause like damage to the
Damage,
area
yeah.
around it.
Hello.
Hello.
Holy
Yeah, like
shit!
I'm gonna say that's gonna be like right next to my door with just a small potted plant on it.
All right.
It's cool to display. Just
Do I sound weird right now, or do I sound
No,
about
actually,
normal?
sounds normal.
right now, no.
Okay, so I asked him about it, and they actually have an extender. I was just logged into the main Wi-Fi, but I had to log into the extender so that I could
Extendo
use-
cock.
So
You can use the one-
now
I
things
gotcha.
are working. All
Things
right,
are
so
working.
now things are
Yippee.
working much better.
How
Oh,
big
that's
is
so
the fucking
smooth.
apartment
It's not
unit?
perfectly smooth. It's still not great, but I actually was able to load Roll20 this time because when I loaded Roll20 the last time, it didn't pull the map up or like the side screen on the right side. It literally just pulled up the words for all of the like commands in the console.
Oh,
That's so fucking
So
funny.
there was.
I love when
I
you
was
get
like,
to look
oh.
at the code that makes
Oh,
like HTML
oh
code
no.
that makes up the web page.
Oh, this is bad.
Those are the best times to load a website. Like, Love that.
So
This means things to me.
it's like walking into someone's room and seeing them naked, but they're like, they have nothing. They're just like a Ken doll.
I hate that. I hate that.
Castrated.
It's just smooth.
It's just flat.
Just. I
No
hate
nip-
that.
No nipples. No
Oh, no nipples even?
genitalia.
Bro,
There's-
what the fuck?
It's just like an egg.
And no, like, barely barely an ass. Not even like the shape of an ass. Just the vagueness of an ass.
I'm gonna have to like tab in because I've been like to give an idea of how things have been going recently. I've been working my ass off, and I almost passed out today
What have you been
from
doing, Zach?
dehydration. I'm doing landscaping.
Hell yeah.
As
To
you
the
may know
Huntington.
from my incredible physique, carrying 30 to 40 pounds of equipment back and forth is totally
Oh,
within
yeah.
my available skill set.
Ah, yes, your
Zach,
physique. The physique
if
that is
you-
all bones.
Zach,
Yes.
if once you get a car, if you get a
He's not in the state.
you
He's
come-
not there anymore.
no, I said once he comes back. Once he comes back, if he gets a car, I'll get him a job at the Huntington. Easy.
That bullet train gets set up in like 30, 40 years.
Zach, you
All
take
right.
the bullet train to work every day.
Everybody's at the Blue Water Inn. The group of you engaged in combat. You fought with some vampires. You ended up, or some vampires. You fought with a single vampire.
We did. And we won. We did win.
You met Madame Wachter.
I almost killed her son.
Why is there no music playing?
I hear music.
I don't know.
Ah, that's good. Not playing for me,
I
unfortunately.
don't hear music.
Alright.
Time to do the
Okay.
usual things. So I make
It sounds
sure
like
that
it sounds like Skyrim.
Bam, 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 bam. I'm sorry, I had to do the music myself because our we ended up getting copyrighted and Dom was killed.
No,
Shot
I-
on the spot.
No, it's fine. Literally, don't worry about it. I don't care.
Oh, there's the music.
Yeah, well, for some reason the music's not playing for me.
Honestly, Zach, if you want to use like the most copyrighted music in history, I don't give a shit.
Wait, is the music playing for everyone except for me?
Yeah.
Hear it.
I'll take it. I can live with that. If everybody can hear it, but I can't, I will survive.
I will survive.
My mood music, no. You know what? I think I know what it might be. The default should be voice mod. Ah, I fixed it. Okay. Alright, I figured out what it was.
Alright, I got my realistic short sword. Fuck it, we're
Nick.
giving... Adam has this. This is Adam's choice weapon whenever he pulls out his fucking sword, because this thing is horrifying. The fucking flesh hook on it is terrifying. I'm talking about the blade that I was sharpening, Zach. It's got a fucking flesh hook on it.
Oh, that one. Yeah, it didn't look very welcoming. Yes.
This
You're gonna say
establishment, 3 stories high.
Is this establishment? You mean the inn?
Yes.
No, it's two.
It is. It is 2 stories high, but by some like gap between the like top floor that you can see from the bottom of the tavern or from when you're walking along the second floor steps, there might be a small gap in between, maybe some kind of attic between the actual roof and the highest point in the ceiling for the second floor. Wouldn't really be considered a third floor, though.
Gotcha.
Okay. I don't know why I asked that. I have no ulterior motives.
I
made
have
me
no
sound
ulterior
suspicious.
motives.
That made me sound so suspicious.
Sure, Diego. Wink, wink.
But I'm gonna be honest, I
So are
just
there
really was
third
wondering.
floors on this establishment?
Does the building look flammable?
Is the building flammable by chance? Can I hit the gritty on the roof?
So,
Could I
been...
throw Conrad off?
What are we doing here again? We're just waiting.
It's not even here.
Exactly.
Okay.
I want to.
Is it nighttime?
It will be, the group of you got a long rest. Because you ended up getting back fairly early, it might still be nighttime by the time you finish your long rest, but you did meet with Lady Wachter the previous day, and she said that she would be contacting you soon by means of her butler. And she would offer information on the possible location or details about that second vampire that resides within Vallaki. You killed the first vampire that was attempting to use some kind of vampiric effects to charm other creatures, which she claimed to be the reason that her sons were acting like magnum douchebags. And then she also claims that the second vampire is said to have shape-shifting abilities, which is why it has been so hard to keep track of them, which was confirmed by the Keeper of the Feathers.
What was
Actually,
what was
I'm
the
sorry.
time
I
limit
think
on
the Feathers are the one that told you this. My bad. I
Yeah,
think
the
it was
feathers told us that. The feathers told
Yeah.
us that.
She's gonna do something at the festival, right? That's our time limit.
She said that she would try and get it to you before the end of today.
But I mean,
But
she said, like, in terms of her offer, like taking over the town, she said she's gonna do something at the festival.
she recommended that you act before the festival in her favor, not because that she was going to act, but because the vampires were going to act. Something was going to happen on the day of the festival, and nobody knows what it is at the current moment.
That's fair. That's fair.
Now, I'm going to look through everybody's chats really quickly just to make sure I'm not forgetting anything because it has been 2 weeks.
We are forgetting something.
What am I forgetting, percent?
I'll put it in the chat.
That chat or your chat?
If you could remind me. Oh, is it made? Is it done?
Yeah, we use it. You.
Yeah.
Look.
Bleh.
I reacted to the thing you said.
Yeah, that was in fact exactly 2 weeks ago that I sent that message.
Exactly.
Alright. Okay.
You made me make the
Alright.
last checks at the end of last session.
Yes, because you did have that day, and even if you didn't finish that day, you would probably finish early that morning. The group of you would have some kind of free time. So if there is anything specific that you would like to do, we can also do that, because you are sort of just you are either allowed to stay in one place and wait until the keepers come to you and give you more information, or until Lady Wachter's advisor comes to offer you more information about the vampire. So, other than that, Forge, if you would like to go ahead, you're welcome to.
Forge is going to walk up to Revik. Revik,
Ah, yes, Forge.
Forge has forged something for you. May I see your crossbow?
No.
Sure. And Revik will hand you his hand crossbow.
Forge is gonna pick up the crossbow and disassemble it.
Ah, what are you doing?
It is obsolete.
It was valuable though.
I can fix it later.
Me when I obsolete.
Forge then slams on the table a new gun. Use this. It is louder, but more fun.
Is this one of your mini crossbow things that fire the tiny bolts?
Yes.
Revik will like pick it up carefully.
Do not
And
look down the barrel. You will lose an eye.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't look at the bolt in the crossbow either.
There.
What are we in the tavern? Like, where are we, Zach?
You could be in the tavern, or you could be upstairs in your bedrooms. Whichever.
For like upstairs, Revik will immediately like point it at the nearest object on a table.
Not indoors. Not here. Let's go outside.
Aw.
We can shoot it indoors later at the bad guys. I do not want to pay for damages to this fine establishment. Or do I?
Please don't. I've already paid enough money to those two, well, hunters to keep an eye on our prey.
Fine. Let's go buy a drink. We'll use the bottle. Zach, does this establishment have a wine bottle we could buy? A bottle of wine?
They don't tend to charge you for drinks whenever you swing by. They actually kind of give you guys drinks for free whenever you pop in.
Forge is gonna walk downstairs.
Wait, so I didn't have to pay for the 2 drinks? For the
Well, you
the
paid for
guys?
their drinks, not our
Pay
drinks.
for their drinks, not our
okay.
drinks. There's a difference. Forge is gonna walk to the bartender. I have a question.
Yes. Can I
Do
do
you
for you?
have any empty bottles?
Bunch of patrons came through the last night, so we have plenty. Should be out back.
Appreciated. I gave the rabbit a new toy. If you hear weird noises and no screaming, it went fine.
Just don't be too loud. People are still trying to sleep around here.
Forge waves behind him, knowing it's gonna be loud.
You gave them a. It's a wonderful saying to leave an impression.
Forge is walking outside, waiting for Revik outside. Is Forge able to find those bottles?
Yeah, if you circle around the building, up or down and underneath around the backside. Where the
You
hell
said
did
this was
Forge
like
go?
early
Lost
morning,
him.
right?
He's outside.
It could be early morning, just before, maybe like the golden glow. There's no sun.
The
There's
golden
like
glow.
the briefest, slightest bit of light over the shadowy, abysmal darkness of Androsia.
Labao.
Okay.
It's
Let's set up
truly
these bottles.
geeky.
Is there any like higher rocks or anything like that back here, or do we just kind of have to shoot the ground?
Yeah, what's our backstop here?
Just aim at the middle of the road. It'll be fine. It's early enough.
Hold on, I need to grab my book really quickly. I forgot about that.
Wow.
I knew it was missing something. I forgot to pull out my handy dandy notebook. My Mickey Mouse Cthulhu, if you will.
The mystery mouse Cthulhu. Have you seen that one TikTok where it goes, boys will call anything, a different name that isn't a gun? They're like, gotta hit him with that mystery mouse Cthulhu. They're like, bro, what are you talking about? A fucking gun!
So, as you circle around the back, you do find a bag underneath or not underneath, just around the corner of this shed that they have out back that seems to be locked at the current moment. The bag itself seems to be filled with a lot of trash, tossed out meat, and obviously empty bottles, some of them not completely empty. You also notice around the back the squawking of birds and the whining of a horse is inside of the stable next to you. To the north, you can see as it kind of leads into the more brushy area behind the buildings where not too many people reside. So there are some rock formations and things that have been left behind that you can mount on, like a fallen tree.
Yeah, I will do that. Revik, use it like your crossbow. You will feel
Not necessarily. I used to DM.
unlike your crossbow.
And
This is
this is a campaign
This
that I've
one's
been
more
playing
fun.
in for, I guess, a few weeks now. Also, welcome.
Revik will hold this out and point it, like hold out this gun and point it towards the
If you're
towards the
interested,
bottle.
I'm all right. Just FYI, if you're interested in
And
seeing
it's
previous,
very clearly obvious. He's never held a gun before in his life.
what we've done previously, you can go.
Forge is
I
going to
upload all
come
of these to
over,
YouTube.
readjust his grip. Close. More like this.
It's under the same name if you're interested. I think I put it in Twitch somewhere, but if not, oh well.
And I guess Revik will shoot at the bottle.
Alright, you can go ahead and use your hand crossbow, and if you'd like, I can change the hand crossbow to simply, because the only major difference is that the range is still the same. The only difference is that it's now a D10 instead of a D6.
The long range is actually shorter.
Long range is actually shorter, but I'm ignoring that because that's dumb.
Yeah.
Because usually it's 4 times the range, but for some reason, specifically on the firearms, it's 3
Yeah,
times
no
the
worries.
range, which might have a reason for it, but I don't really care.
If you like what you see, feel free to stay, watch. If it's not something you're interested in, don't feel required.
Oh.
Anyway, glad to see that you're
I
here.
might hit it.
Hope you're having a good
What's
one
the AC
too.
of a bottle?
Caitlin or Catlin, I guess.
What's the AC of a bottle?
No, not currently.
So, you pull up the weapon, aiming down the sights. It feels just a bit heavier than your average feel with a hand crossbow. It does feel as though it fires with a lot more force and a bit faster than you would normally feel with a hand crossbow.
No, I do not.
So when you
Sorry.
take the first shot, your arm pops up as you fire, and it goes just a little bit higher than you expected and kind of flies off into the distance, hitting a rock about 30 feet behind where you were aiming.
It is quite forceful.
You'll get used to it.
Can I go take another shot?
Right ahead. This is until you feel
What
satisfied.
kind of gun is it?
It's
Yeah.
a pistol.
Is a pistola.
Yeah, what kind of pistol? Is it like a single shot pistol, or
No,
is it
the
like
one
a revolver?
Forge, the one Forge has, he modeled it off of a revolver. So
Yeah.
he made
Sure.
he made yours more of like a he made, since you're smaller, he made yours smaller. He made, instead of like a 44 Magnum like Forge has, yours is more of a 22.
Damn, not even 9mm? Rude.
Goddamn.
So I would
Only in
say
appearance.
I would say the generic. You can definitely go with what Hannah suggests, but in terms of appearance and like actual ability, usually I would say that it goes off of like the single shot, kind of like how a musket is, because it's a loaded weapon. However, you ignore the loading property, so you can flavor it however you like, because it doesn't really matter whether or not a single shot. You could just fire as many times as you like. So you can flavor it however you feel.
Yes.
I'm
I'm like a
focusing
movie
on
action
D&D.
star, firing
Sorry,
37
Captain.
bullets out of my 10-round magazine.
Same with Forge. Forge has the Forge doesn't use ammo. It doesn't have the loading property.
That's
The only
funny.
one that does is the shotgun, but he has the repeating rounds, so that's why it doesn't matter.
Load the bullets, but it doesn't really matter. Because you no matter what, you can still take the same amount of shots. Loading it doesn't prevent you from taking any amount of shots that you want.
Revik has the fast hands perk.
Sure, if you'd like.
I don't know. Revolvers are cool. It's just a smaller revolver. I'd say. 'Cause they're cool.
Wait, so you're using a revolver, basically?
Basically.
Okay.
But like,
Uh,
Forge's is big revolver, and this is small revolver.
But the
You-
funny thing is, they do the same damage.
We gotta get you one
It's
of
because it's
those.
base gun damage.
We gotta get you one of those.
Zach,
Gotta get you like a little cowboy hat. No?
Yes,
Yeah.
Diego.
do we have a map, like, of the entire Androsia?
Well, generally speaking, you have a general layout of most. Let's see. So I'll say, as of this moment, any place that you've been on, you yourself could have marked on any maps that you've gathered up until this point. But you have not really gone searching for much information besides the things that you've already seen. So it's up to you if you would like to go search for other maps. Because there are things further west you're just not sure about much of them. You know that there are certain landmarks, as they've, like, you may have noticed them on maps at certain points, but you're not sure what those landmarks are, who might be there, how far they may be, how dangerous.
Do you know what that lake is called? Is it just Svalich Lake?
The one directly north of you?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've given you the name before.
But is that okay? Well, the thing I'm asking, is that lake connected to the city, like, or do we have to leave the city to get to it?
That lake is Lake Zarovich, and It is not connected to the city, but to reach the edge of the lake, it would be maybe.
That's the same lake he said he found the door at to the carnival.
That's where people believe that it might be.
Okay.
That's about half a mile away. Hold on. Give me one moment. I gotta do quick math. A mile's about 5,200 feet. 26.
Yeah.
So, the lake is about 1,000 feet north of the northern gate out of Valaki.
The lake is what? Sorry.
About 1,000 feet north of the northern gate out of Valaki.
Oh, so it's not that far.
Like, if you would, if I were to show you the map again of Valaki, it would be just off the map, by maybe like a few squares at most.
Okay. All right, makes sense. Makes sense. Thank you.
So, Revik, you actually have a much easier time the second shot, and it really only takes you one decent chance with the weapon before you get a good idea of how it's supposed to work. And there's a chill that runs through your body. To describe it as a strange sensation, not one that's particularly magical or unnatural in any way, but one that you haven't felt in some time, something very visceral, dangerous, but it almost leaves a smile on your face. You could do a lot of terrible things with this.
No. Protect the orphanage.
Forge. Revik
Yes.
gives a very toothy smile. Not at you. He's looking at the gun. And he, like, giggles weirdly.
I won't ask. Do not shoot Forge unless necessary.
Of course not. Why would I shoot you randomly?
Do we
Or
know what's in
shrug.
this little like outhouse out here?
I mean,
Is
they
it-
don't hear anything. They don't hear anything coming from the shed. Do you want to be out there right now, Brian? Would you
Not
like to see? Oh, okay.
Do they hear the noises of the gunshots from inside?
Actually, you
Oh,
piqued my curiosity.
definitely. There's no way
Ooh.
that at least everyone within like a 300-foot radius heard that, and maybe longer.
Don't make too much noise. People are trying to sleep here. Okay, cool. Bam! Bam! God damn it.
Would you like to try this? Forge pulls out his shotgun. It has more of a kick.
Grabby hands.
You do realize that if you give that shotgun to him, he's just gonna go fucking flying.
Please. That's the fun part.
Yeah, Revik will reach up for the shotgun.
Forge hands him the shotgun.
It's like as big as Revik, basically. Okay, probably not that big, but it's like a significant size compared to
It
him.
is. It is
Way
significant
bigger
size.
than
It's
it should be.
it's a double barrel pump action.
Jesus Christ.
Shaq.
Why do you do this?
Double you say double barrel pump action shotgun?
Yes. The way it works mechanically is I have either a single shot where I actually have to shoot, or I have the 15-foot cone attack.
Yeah.
I was thinking double action or double barrel pump action is like so very nearly an oxymoron. It's great.
It is. That's the great part. You think Forge makes things convenient every time?
What level spells do we have again? It's just third or second, right?
Okay.
Or
You
fourth
have
level,
second
right?
level
Yeah.
spell.
I do.
Alright. So, just to confirm, because I know we haven't talked about this in a while, Hannah, and I don't think it's like been a super big issue. You know that even when you use the double shot, it does consume ammo, regardless of the not ammo thing.
Even with the repeating shot?
Yes, but only specifically for that ability. You just have to use a bonus action to reload it.
Good to know. Good to know for the future.
And then, I don't think you've overheated once, but I'm not sure.
I haven't.
It hasn't happened. It probably won't, knowing you, but it's still there. Just a reminder that that exists, because I totally forgot that it exists. I haven't seen that in God knows how long. I totally forgot the things that I wrote into people's character sheets, because why would I remember things in my own game?
Remit's gonna shoulder the shotgun and take a shot at a bottle.
Revik, make me an athletics check. Ah,
6.
Hannah,
Better than I thought.
Yes.
roll me a D100.
Oh no! Worth it.
I'm gonna say that lower is worse, but I seriously doubt that it can get that bad, considering this is a very, very low, like, possibility of you actually having anything bad happen. However,
Holy fucking shit!
I now 100.
It's fucking
Uh-oh.
Zach. Zach.
what? Why did I?
Zach, just give
what
us
is-
everything. Just give us everything.
You said lower was worse, but so
I
I'm now
did
100.
say lower is worth. I wasn't prepared for you to roll 100. I need to take a break. Give me 1 second.
Yeah!
Hold on, I'm looking through the book really quickly.
What? Lower worse for us or worse for you?
No, it should be good for us.
Lower was worse for you. So, originally the joke was gonna be, oh, haha, you take a shot and you, like, get knocked back and something happens. And there's like, oh, there's something bad in the bush. The problem is,
From
hold on.
now 100.
I challenged Hannah and I've made a terrible mistake. What have I
But
done?
you don't challenge me, Zach.
I'm like flipping through the book so fast trying to find something really quickly. Hold on.
This is why you don't challenge me to a game of dice. Is this the first Nat 100 we've ever had in a campaign, Zach?
This
I
is the
think
first
so.
Nat 100 I've ever seen ever. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a 100 on any roll ever. But to be honest, I don't
And
know if
another
that's
gun
ever...
part.
You find? God.
Not only do you
The
find
gun
a gun,
falls over another gun.
you find the super shotgun from Doomslayer.
Yeah, Jamie was the one that rolled the thing. I should have made Jamie roll the thing. Why did I make Anna roll the thing? That was just a
I
stupid
don't
idea.
know.
I was like, huh, because something bad's gonna happen to Hannah, and then now I have to.
Zach's just
Hold
like
on.
betting on bad things to happen to Hannah. That's the problem.
I was like, haha, bad thing's gonna happen. It's gonna be so fun. Oh, fuck me.
Why did I have Hannah roll? Ah! Hannah is our luck gremlin, okay? When we need something done good, sufficiently, we get Hannah to do it.
See, the problem is there's exactly one thing I can think of that puts something in your favor, and it fucks up everything that I've been planning. There's exactly one thing.
Just make something up!
Yeah, there's gotta be something else.
Literally, make something up there!
That 100 treating you.
Okay.
It's the
Alright.
Zach accidentally let us shoot the other vampire, and it's like,
I totally wasn't about to do that. Absolutely not.
kill the vampire, please! Let us do it!
Okay, I actually need to see something. Where in the city are you right now? I'm kind of curious about the locale. So
We
in the
at the
back
tower.
alley. In the back alley between the buildings, shooting at a fallen tree between like the roughest portions of the buildings.
This is so fucking funny.
I'm making this so much harder on myself for no fucking reason. That's the
You
problem.
really are.
I really am.
Like, it could have just been something like, you blow up the tree. That's like what we could have done, but that's not what we did.
It could literally have been you notice that Revik's stance is wrong. You reach out and catch him or something as he fires this gun.
Yeah, it could have been something like that. And it's just, nah.
But I guess it's a natural 100, so it kind of needs a little bit of fanfare.
Yeah, this is absolute. This is a 1 in a 1,000. Actually, it's 1 in 100. But
The likelihood is a 1%, but feels like more.
Yeah, I mean, like, if it was a nat 20, I'd be like, yeah, you just, like, do this cool mundane thing. But a nat 100?
so
5 times harder to get.
It could be like, you shot like a random burglar down the street. Like, you missed and you shot a burglar. Like, Zach's making this really complicated for God knows why.
So, you end up pulling the weapon up, taking a shot, and in the next moment, as the sound of the shotgun goes off, and as Revik loses control of it, he himself doesn't fall back, but the shotgun completely flips over his head.
Okay.
And Forge, since you're standing right behind him, out of the line of fire, you do manage to catch the weapon as it flips backwards.
Okay.
From the two of you, what is your initial reaction to this experience?
Forge checks his gun. No damage. Thank you for
Like-
passing it to me so easily.
Revik's like,
Forge has an idea.
He was so
We need
excited.
to get you 2 of these.
He was so
It'll
excited.
make you
the
jump
sound.
high, I feel.
Oh god.
Shotgun jump.
God.
This is ultra kill now.
Shotgun jump. I was gonna make a reference to fucking
I was making a jetpack
TF2.
driver reference.
So you do notice that as you take a look at it, Revit didn't technically miss. He did still hit what he was aiming for, although not really at the center of the tree. It's more off to the right, and you can see that about 3/4 of the pellets do hit the tree, but there was a section of pellets that went too far to the right and seemed to completely miss. You're not sure where they might have gone, but they probably didn't go too far.
Forge is gonna make sure you didn't kill anything, and if you did kill anything, if it's edible, do you wish to join me?
Of course.
We're gonna go follow where those pellets went. We're gonna see if anything died, and if anything did die, if it's edible.
So, I'd like for the two of you to either make an investigation or perception check.
Let me see, what do I have? Oh, Forge is good at those.
Yeah.
24?
Six.
So, as you circle around the edge of the trunk, you notice something, Forge. Because you had expected, like, the possibility of maybe some stray pellets might cause some damage. Maybe it might hit a building or a person if they were, like, off in the distance, but usually the pellets don't travel that far. But as you turn around the corner of the trunk, you see that there are droplets of blood that had ended up dripping right next to the trunk itself, as if a creature was very close.
There was a creature. Let's follow it. Forge then pumps the shotgun.
So, for the two of you, just because I feel like I might as well ask, just in case, Brian and Adam, after hearing the first two shots and the much louder third explosion-like shot, do the two of you have any reaction?
Nah,
Do you think?
I don't
need to
think
be-
I would.
Do you think we need to be concerned about what's going on out there?
I think they'll be fine on their own.
You know, I'd like to attribute to the fact that they should be as Forge is supposed to be smarter than expected, but unfortunately, I have to say I have little faith in the thing.
Aye, smart and wise are two different things.
It appears to be neither in most instances. Very well, I guess I'll have a look around. You have fun drinking. Alright, I'm going.
So you managed to be somewhat on their trail, as they seem to be trailing something else. Forge and Grevik, you follow between the buildings for a short moment, and as you're about to turn the corner, you do hear the sound of a feminine voice,
I will
wincing in
also start
pain.
following.
You said a feminine voice in pain.
Yeah, she seems to be just around the corner.
Forge is gonna keep, like, moving forward.
When you turn the
I do
corner,
so quietly.
You are allowed to make a stealth check if you like, Revik, but as Forge makes it around the corner first, you turn and see that there isn't anyone there at the current moment. Though this does seem to be where the tracks end.
Revik is quite loud.
Okay.
It'll make it easier to find you.
Forge says, "Come out. I shall heal you. We did not mean to hurt you. My friend is not good at aiming."
Seems they've hit someone. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, that does.
Why don't you make me a persuasion check with advantage?
I have neutral charisma. It'll be great.
Sad. I should have said something.
That's an 18.
Ooh!
I've been rolling hot today.
You really have. I thought it was going to be a nat 20.
So everything remains quiet for a moment more, and then you hear I don't exactly need assistance, but I would like to ensure that you are not going to shoot me again.
I will not shoot you again. Forge puts his shotgun into his bag of holding.
And how much damage does the shotgun do?
The shotgun burst. Let me see. It only does like 2d4 for the standard shots.
What did Revik fire?
I think you saw. Yeah, because there was no overheat, so he did the standard shot.
Oh, I was gonna say Revik definitely accidentally pulled both triggers.
Oh God! Let me roll. let me roll for the overheat. Give me
Oh
one.
God!
I need to know what
Give
that
me
is.
1 second.
Of course. What have I done?
You gotta remember, Revik has never shot one of these before. He definitely was like, "Ooh, there's two of them."
The second shot, he rolled the overshot. What was his attacks? Okay, so let me roll a d20 to make sure that let's see. Okay, it doesn't overheat. We're fine. And by the way, Dominic,
I need to know what
that
the
shot
damage.
does 44.
So it does 44 total.
Yeah, damage 44 total.
Okay. Well, D&D doesn't work like that. So it'd be 2.5 times 4, so that's an average of what? 5,
If she
10
fails
damage.
the save.
10.
Well, I'm gonna assume 10. Okay, so that's not a person. That's our vampire, or that's Freakfest himself.
But it was bleeding, Dominic.
Bloody and bleeding are not the same thing.
I think he's saying the vampires don't have blood, but
Oh, I see what you mean.
So after you place your weapon back inside of your pouch, you hear movement again as you see a woman appear seemingly out of thin air. She has two weapons on her person at this current moment, which is a long sword that is strapped along her back and a hand axe, closer to a battle axe, that is on her left hip, and she has a bright orange coat with a bandana across her head and very curly hair, and she seems to stand there with like a bandage wrapped around her right arm, as it doesn't seem like she took a lot of damage, but she did manage to get hit by one of the stray bullets with how close she was at that moment.
Do you require healing?
As you can see, I have it handled. Not much of an issue.
We apologize for the misfire. I gave the little one his own new weapon I created. I wanted him to see the big guns.
Revik's like vibrating and frothing at the mouth.
Does your dog need to go to the clinic?
Is it a dog? This is my friend, Revik. What is your name? I am Forge.
Is this a dog?
No. I am not a dog.
By this time, Brian and Adam generally catch up with with the other two, and you turn the corner and see her. She's kind of standing there, with her hands on her hips. She goes, "You can call me Esmeralda."
Where are we?
Towards the back of the building.
Oh.
We went into the forest behind it, behind the inn. Nice to meet you, Esmeralda. What are you doing in these parts?
Keeping an eye out for dangerous individuals.
Ah, we are in. Give Forge one.
Legit.
Forge is gonna walk up to Adam. Did we tell her about the predicament?
I would prefer you not to unless we had to.
Is this just some random lady on the street?
Basically.
Totally
So
some
far.
random lady on the street.
Yeah, so far.
I mean, I know it's not, but like, did we find anything out about her yet or no?
No, we just walked
Nope.
up to her. You and me, we just walked up to her.
Did they find anything out about her?
No,
We
they
accidentally shot her.
didn't. That is what they did. You said your name was Esmeralda. I apologize on behalf of the incompetence of my associates. You can call me Adam. I apologize for them shooting you.
I'm gonna ask. Do you need any help with that wound, or are you okay?
I
I don't know.
already asked.
Do I see a wound? Like, where? How bad
Just
is
the-
it?
Just the bandaged one. It seems like maybe a flesh wound along her right arm.
'Tis
And
but a flesh
upon the
wound.
second asking, she goes, "Ah, so many kind souls in one place, I see. I guess you're not the monsters I was expecting you all to be after all."
Monsters? Why would we be monsters?
You know about us?
You've only heard a little bit. Maybe not enough to get a clear idea of exactly who you all are. But seeing such a rabid animal with sharp teeth tends to put anyone on edge.
Yeah.
Do
I
see
am
the-
not rabid.
Do I see?
You want
Do
me
I see
to
the
put
blade?
it in the bag?
You said
I-
Or
rabbit.
just
Do I see the blade sack that she's holding?
It's currently holstered, one on her back, and then an axe on her hip.
And
Then are
what
you
do
by
see
chance a
as
form of
relevant?
Oh, God.
Go ahead, Diego.
Oh, I was going.
Given the, in a town like this where the heads of the area seem to prioritize safety and the supposed well-being of their people, you don't primarily see someone like yourself adorning such weaponry. Are you by chance a supposed assassin of any kind, or do you partake in the same thing that those two brothers? And are you a monster hunter?
You could say that many of those things are at least somewhat correct. I am a hunter of beastly creatures, of many likes and affiliations. I had been attempting to keep an eye on all of you, at least for a moment, to see if you would fit that description. Although I will say I got careless and too close for comfort. Assuming safety just because you cannot be seen was immature on my part.
We weren't even aiming for you. It was just sheer dumb luck. And the rabbit's bad aiming.
I'm gonna throw him under the bus. Holy shit.
Revik, like, throws his hands on his hips.
Well, luck
And
is
it's
as
like-
relevant in life as skill is.
Hey!
I forgive you for your terrible shot, rabbit.
She gets a scowl.
I will say, though, that I do carry some interest of that fine weapon of yours. You seem to be a unique set. Would you happen to have any more available to you? One that you are willing to part with?
Forge is able to make smaller versions, but not of this variety. Forge, Forge, reaches for his pistol, but before, may I demonstrate?
Just don't point it in my direction.
Forge pulls out his pistol. This is what I'm able to make at the current moment. It will be a few days before when I have another one ready.
While he acquires his things for a demonstration, might I ask, where did you happen to hear such tales about us? You happened to mention that earlier.
I had only heard some tellings of your ventures as of recently. Details only so recent as to when I came into town just yesterday. And people have described you as odd. Not exactly threatening, but a chance to investigate nonetheless.
You know, you brought up the idea of different creatures that you're hunting. By chance, are any of them considered undead?
When the need arises. killed many creatures, both living and dead. Both man and beast. What is necessary, or what is most profitable?
Forge has a proposition for you.
Sorry, I have a question real quick. The two brothers, the like hunter ones that we sent out, right? They're just keeping an eye on the vampires in the west, right?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
We are currently dealing with a few vampires. They will act soon, we don't know exactly when. In return for one of these pistols I'll make for you, will you be able to assist us with dealing with some?
That depends. What exactly are you asking of me?
Either
You good at tracking? Because
you-
there's one we can't find. Yeah.
true. How good are you at tracking something that changes form?
Give me one moment. Let me look at my spell list.
It knows. She knows spells?
I mean, she turned invisible in front of your eyes, but you're not
Yeah,
sure
that's
whether.
That's true.
Okay.
No, she
So-
turned visible in front of our.
There are details about her gear, specifically. I was incorrect because I was looking at the image of her general token, and looking a bit closer now, I see that that is much more pointed than a longsword. That is actually a rapier.
On her back?
Yeah, so she seems to have a fairly long rapier that is about. This woman seems to be about 5'7" or 5'8", and it's about 2/3 her size. Rapier's quite long. The hand axe that she has on her hip is jeweled, and the armor that she's currently wearing looks like studded leather. But all three of those items do give off a slightly unique glow, as if they are magical. You do know that magic that she conjured before didn't seem to be something that was from a potion. She is at the very least capable of making herself invisible again, although you're not sure to exactly what extent. I have a rudimentary skill set when it comes to shape-changing creatures. I would not say that I would be particularly helpful in that situation, but I can do my best. I am quite good at keeping an eye out.
We are currently dealing with a vampire who changes form. Adam, do you know where the general area we were given of it?
The location is around the church.
A vampire loitering around the church. How ironic.
It's after something, as far as we know.
Indeed.
Do not tell her about the bones, please.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I'm not complaining about the bones.
I would have just
Forge,
agreed with her. Ironic indeed.
Forge is gonna look I can. Zach, since I've made the pistol before and I've already know how to work on it, how long does it take me to make one now?
It would take about half the time now. It would just be a issue of getting more materials. And
How much
it
would the
requires
materials be? How much would buying the materials in town be?
not something you can buy. Something you have to find, or someone very specific has to have it, because that's what we originally agreed upon.
Yeah.
But you
Sorry,
can
deal.
prom. If you would like to promise it to her on a later date,
Oh.
she's only. I am only asking of you to make the weapon and deliver it to me at some point. It is not necessary for you to have it prepared immediately, although the earlier the better. As long as
But
you adhere to your deal, I will adhere to mine.
I will agree to this. The only issue is the material to craft these is quite hard to find in these lands.
She glances down at Revik's gun, and then glances back at you, and then just very slowly outstretches her hand. May I see that for a moment, little rabbit?
I'm not a rabbit.
Jamie?
Oh, rabbit.
Is he on?
Jamie. Jamie.
What?
Fucking
Jamie, we're talking to you! Jamie!
Jamie.
I
Can
meant
I
to.
have Esmeralda looked over at you and outstretched her hand, and she said, "May I see your weapon for a moment, little rabbit?"
Give me the all I want. I'm not a rabbit.
Only if you admit my aim isn't that bad.
That is true. He did hit an invisible target.
I hit an invisible target.
I will say that your aim is not completely atrocious when you use a weapon more fitting for your stature.
It's a start.
He'll hand out the gun to her. Or really, he'll, I guess, walk up first. And then give her the gun.
He looks at the weapon in a very detailed manner, flipping it around multiple times, and then looks at Forge again and hands the weapon back to you, Revik. So you're saying that it would not be difficult to craft should you have the material to make it?
This is correct. It would only take me a day, about a day and a half. The only issue is the materials are very uncommon, if not rare here. No standard metal works for this type of weaponry.
I believe I may have some solution to that. However,
Forge
I
is
must
willing to hear.
confirm that first.
If you're able to get me the materials, I can make it even. I could forge it even sooner. But if you need to wait for me to find the materials, I'm unable to know when that might happen. I don't believe they are possessed in this town at the current moment.
I believe it is possible for me to find the materials myself.
We have a deal. Do you wish to shake upon it?
She walks up in your direction and kind of outstretches her hand for a moment. But as soon
Forge.
as you attempt to take her hand, she pulls it back. Oh, actually, one more question before we make our deal.
Mhm.
There's someone that I have been looking for a very long time. I would like to know if you have come across this person at any point.
If you can give us a name or description, we can let you know if we have run across them. Me and Adam here haven't been in these lands for too long, but maybe these two might have.
Have you heard of the name Van Richten?
Have we?
Hmm.
Have I?
I feel like I have, but I don't.
I see. Here's the problem. I really want to say something because I'm.
Meta game.
That's the thing. I don't know. Zach,
So
Check
I
my
will
notes real quick.
allow Rubik and Brian to make me a history.
Ah, Forge can't make it. Fuck, Forge has good history.
Okay,
yeah,
cool,
my bad.
so-
My history's awful, so probably no.
When you are a resident
Yeah.
of the land, when you
We
are
actually
a
not
resident, of the land
Heard
you
it
live
yet,
in.
or
Make a history check, Diego.
History check. Go ahead,
just
Brian.
normal?
Yep. Normal.
Oh, wow, both 7.
I'm not even gonna make a comment on it then, because then I might be pushing things.
Mm-hmm. Van Richten, the name, it sounds somewhat familiar. Like you may have heard it before. Almost like an urban legend of sorts, where people may have been talking and whispering the name at some point in time in company with other stories or such, but it never really interested you, so you never paid much attention. And you've definitely never met someone by the name of Van Richten, so...
So wait, do I know for a fact this is kind of like a myth, or is it just it sounds like a myth?
It sounds like a person people whisper about every now and then, but you've
I
never
don't know,
really
okay.
tried to... You've never really tried to confirm nor deny. You know that you've heard the name before, but it's been so... not often.
I'll say, the name sounds familiar. Who is he?
You see the look on her face, which was kind of filled with, like, a sense of cockiness at the previous moment, kind of drops for just a split second. And then she
Can I insight
brings
that?
Go ahead.
I'm not sure if that seems normal.
For the sake of the people who have not heard of that name, can you give us a physical
That's-
description so we know what we're looking for at some point?
Alright, so... She immediately, like, tries to upkeep her appearance and kind of switches back, turning over to Adam as he speaks. He is someone who is similar in nature to an issue you are currently having. A knack for changing forms, you might say. So, no description that I could give you may possibly help. And if you haven't heard the name more detailed, then it is not an issue that discussion will really do anything to solve.
Well, there would be consistencies regardless of whether they're able to change shape or not. Do they bear weaponry? Do they participate in magic, swords of any caliber? Do they have assistants that work with them? Do they travel by a certain means?
So, you could think of him as a sort of hunter, like myself. However, he carries a strong distaste for Vistani. The only true detail that I know about him. Brian, you notice that despite her best efforts to maintain her composure, you notice the disappointment that kind of flared for a second when it seemed like none of you really knew anything, and you see almost a light bit of anger coming out in that moment as she starts to talk about and describe this individual. And going more into detail about, as you kind of focus on her more directly while she's speaking, her features seem odd compared to the Andorosians that you've experienced or that you've talked to most of the time. Most Andorosians seem to be of a certain seem to be having certain features where their skin is a little bit paler and their hair is a bit straighter, whereas her skin is somewhat darker, more tan. Her hair is curly. She doesn't look particularly Andorosian. She actually looks Vistani.
Okay.
As I said before,
Apologies to cut you
there's
off.
not much that I could give you.
Did you say an extreme distaste for Vistani?
That is correct.
I'm gonna slowly look over all of you. Well, I think I may have someone in mind then who may have some form of information.
Do please continue.
Sorry, what'd you say, Zach?
Do please continue.
Well, at one point they were within the bounds of the city, and we did help them eliminate a Vistani camp. As soon as I say that, I want to watch your reaction.
Make me an insight check. Might as well.
Yes, sir. $20.
She makes no attempt to hide it at this point. Although she doesn't seem to take an air of aggressiveness towards any of you. Her smile drops to like a stern, cold face. And she goes, "Oh, really? And what reason might that have been for?"
You know, you bear the features of Vistani. Let me ask you straight. Are you hunting him down?
Would that mean to say that you are a friend of his?
I have no guarantee, given the fact that the names that were given to us are, well, not exactly what you have provided for us.
Considering the nature of our discussion with each other, and the fact that you have been quite distasteful, but honest nonetheless, the truth is that yes, I am looking for that man for the sake of hunting him. If it in fact is the same one that you met before, all the better.
I'll tell you this then. Our relationship between the two of us came as nothing more than a mutual benefit. A sense of he scratched our back and we scratched his. The best you'll get out of us, the most privy amount of information, is that he's left the city. Because as far as we know, that's where he is. Gone.
With the insight that the two of you have already rolled, or actually any of you that are paying close enough attention, you can see her eyes narrow at you as you speak, either knowing or believing that you're lying. But it passes a moment later.
Well, I mean, we literally know he's gone. We don't know where he is.
Wait, I feel like I missed something. What? What are we lying about?
We're back.
I genuine. Okay, forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't think I'm lying. Unless I'm mistaken.
What does Zach think we're lying about?
Zach
You know,
thinks
you
that.
can just take the statement either knowing or believing that you're lying and then move on.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like, I incited you and I rolled well. You're fucking lying, and I'm like, I don't think I'm lying.
Now, I may know more about the situation, but regardless, she lets it pass very quickly.
But what? Who was he talking about?
Van,
When was the last
I'm
time
of
you
the
saw
idea
him?
that Van Richten and our good buddy Rictavio are the same person.
Oh. How so? Because I feel like I missed something in the conversation.
Apparently,
I-
Van Richten, the only detail she knows about him is that he has a strong distaste for Vistani.
And I said, "Oh, I know someone who has a extremely strong taste for Vistani." She's like, "That's my guy," and I'm like, "Okay."
Okay.
You know, you've asked us more detrimental questions. I guess I should ask you one in return. What's your relationship to that man?
I would say that our experiences were swift and short, but quite far from enjoyable. You can assume that there is at least some reason by which I might be hunting him, although I have no particular reason to hunt any of you as of yet. And at the current moment, we could be considered allies. So let it be left at that. At the very least, I will uphold my end of the bargain. And keep an eye out for your secret friend. Deal? She holds out her hand again, this time not taking it away.
Look at Forge.
Forge, would you like to take her hand?
I think he's gone right now.
Anna?
I love it when people don't tell me when they're leaving.
I think he did.
I love it when people tell me when they're leaving and I'm not paying attention.
I love how that's a skill issue, Zach. Skill issue.
See, the thing is, you have to type it in the chat. I've said this multiple times.
I haven't left, so I haven't typed it in.
No,
Kill Hannah!
Type
We
it.
gotta fucking kill Hannah! Kill him into the sun!
because if you type it in the chat, I'll see it. If you say it out loud, sometimes I'm too lost in the sauce.
Kill Hannah! We gotta kill him.
All right. Well, she can shake anybody else's hand.
I will shake her hand.
Wonderful.
We're gonna kill Hannah.
I'm back.
There he is. Hannah, we're gonna kill you.
Why?
Because you weren't here when we needed you the most.
I'm sorry, I was going pee.
So you must die. You must pay for your sins.
So she shakes your hand and then pulls it away at him. Just goes. The festival should be coming soon. Be sure to enjoy yourselves. I shall be leaving shortly after that. I will not be staying too long in this city. I need to investigate and see if I can find said material for myself.
When you find the material, bring it to me. I'll let you know if I have come up with any other more fun forms.
Do you have anything of little value on your person at the moment? Something of stone or metal?
Oh, I know what she's doing.
Forge goes through his inventory. Mhm.
I pull out a single copper coin.
That'll do.
There's nothing lower than copper, is there?
Oh.
Okay.
Lower than copper, electrum.
Oh. Actually, no or
Yes.
no?
Make sure you have
No.
Gus watch
Okay,
this
'cause I
as
know.
you say that Electrum is
Wait,
useless.
no, the Electrum pieces I had in my inventory are gone. They removed Electrum.
Lamau, we gotta kill him.
What do you mean they removed Electrum? What did they
Look in the
replace it
inventory.
with? I wonder.
Adversity tokens. I had like 6 Electrum in there.
Adversity tokens? What's that, I wonder?
Did I add 3 gold zacks and my Electrum just poofed?
Oh no, I already added it in because I totally
Oh.
changed that out. That was me.
You dick. You got rid of my favorite currency.
Yeah, because I fucking hate it. And I told you stop using it. And you didn't listen to me.
I'm converting 5 of my silver to one Electrum piece. I'm gonna have it in my inventory.
I'm completely fine with that. I gave you your exact value back. I was just like, I needed space for that specific thing, which we'll talk about later because it hasn't come up yet. So don't look at that.
I added my 1 Electrum coin.
So, she takes the copper piece from Brian, and with some magic, the copper piece starts to change into what is about, because the copper piece is only maybe like an inch wide at most, it shifts into a something like a hummingbird. About 1 inch tall, not extremely thick. And she takes that with 2 of her fingers and sets it back in your palm, Brian. For the group of you to speak with me, that bird shall alert you when I request your presence. And should you request mine, you must merely tell the bird to fly, and it shall seek me out, no matter where I may be.
Boy. I guess I'll take the copper bird and put it back in my pocket.
She moves on, and then gives you like a 2-finger salute. I must attend to my work. There is a hunt to be had. And then she saunters off through the alleyway.
Why is she sauntering?
Sauntering.
She's not walking, she's sauntering.
Sauntering. Oh yeah, she's relaxed. She's calm. No rush. Absolutely no rush.
Oh, okay, I'm thinking of a different thing. Okay, never mind.
What do you What do you think saunter means?
I confused it with a different word. Don't worry.
Okay.
I looked up sauntering just to be sure, and I was like, yep, no, I was wrong. Basically, I thought she was like walking and like swaying her like hips, and I'm like, why is she doing that?
Those hips don't lie.
So, cutting to later in the day, about noon. Are the group of you still at the inn at this point in time?
I
Nice.
guess.
Well, maybe we should go look for the vampire around the thing. Or at least talk to the priest, see if he's noticed anything unusual.
good idea about talking to the priest.
Isn't it like nighttime?
No, it's dawn, I think, at this point.
Oh, because
Noon.
Noon.
It's noon.
okay,
That was
because
a long talk.
No, I'm saying that the next thing that happens is at about noon. Where are you guys at noon?
Oh,
If you guys,
I was gonna assume we were going to the priest.
if you guys are still arriving.
You know what? Now that makes me want to stay here.
Okay. Oh my god.
we gotta
In
kill
all-
you.
In all realness, should we go to the priest guy?
Yes, go to the priest guy. Also, just a comment. Didn't Zach say at the end last time that the person was gonna be here? Like, at the end? Or at, like, the start of the next day?
Did I? What are you talking about?
The person with the vampire information. Like,
I
where they
said
were.
that he'd be arriving today. She didn't say when that would be.
Oh, I thought you said at the end of the last session it would be, like, first thing in the morning. Never mind.
I did say it would be first thing, but then I made the gun the first thing, and then Hannah rolled a nat 100.
True.
So, a lot of things that I said happened to not happen in the way that I expected them to.
True.
You're welcome, Zach.
Absolutely not by choice.
No, they're by choice.
I had absolutely no choice in this matter. Someone help
You
me
could have
come
just
to my
said
hand.
no.
I totally could have prevented. Yeah, I totally couldn't have prevented this in any way. I don't understand.
Zach, if I rolled low, what would have popped out of the bush? I'm curious.
It's a
Straw.
werewolf. Ah!
Strahd would have been
God.
there. He would have eaten you.
What would have happened? I can't tell you what would have happened because I'm saving that for when you do roll low the next time.
I'll just keep rolling 100s.
Yeah, I'm gonna cry. So, there are currently not a lot of people at this point in time.
Why are we zoomed so far out?
I don't know.
Zoomed out.
When I loaded in, I was at 18% zoom.
Yeah.
Probably because that was what it was for the previous screen, and then it just kept it. I don't know.
Weird. Alright, anyway.
Wild.
Welcome once again. Is there anything that I can do for all of you?
A simple update on if you've seen any of those creatures lurking around.
I've taken warning from some passerbys that strange things have been happening nearby as of late, and I've tried my best to keep my eye out, but I was advised not to leave the church, to keep this place safe. I have heard some rumors going about. People disappearing in the night as of recently.
One of those issues is I would consider sufficiently stopped. However, there's still the other one that's happening to lurk in this area.
Well, it has kept its presence quite close to this place. It's terrified many others. Very few people wish to make their way here, considering it to be a bad omen. The church is now cursed. Many of the disappearances did not happen very far away from here.
Do you have a general area for where they're saying that they disappeared, or is it just everywhere around here?
There have been several places. I can try to keep track of them. I've been trying to list them as of recently due to the events that were happening. He starts to wander over to the front altar and messes with a box behind the altar as he seems to be pulling out some notes in a journal.
Hey, Zach.
Yes.
While he's doing that, can I ask you a question? Is
Yes.
it possible that I may recall, because I don't remember, what the bones were in? Like, obviously they weren't just a fucking thing of bones.
The bones were in a sack when you grabbed them originally. You're not sure what he did with the bones when you returned them.
Interesting. Interesting indeed. Basically, what I was gonna say is we could just we have the perfect bait. We could just fill a sack with random fucking shit. Maybe a little bit of bone dust to give off that holy aura, and then walk out with something heavy in there and say, hey, we have your bones, can you leave us alone? And then we just kill them. We just kill that idiot when they show up.
Yeah, we do.
Is that what you want to do?
I mean, we could do something like that, but like I'm just tossing out ideas
like-
while you're getting stuff.
I feel like the vampire's not gonna come alone though. And that's what's scaring me.
No, I know, but like that's like something we could do. Obviously, I'm pretty sure it would be like a what is it, a 4? There's 4 of them outside, so it'd be like a 5v4, which would fucking
Yeah.
suck ass.
That is what I'm afraid of. Even a 4v4 would probably be too much for us.
Honestly, I think a 3v4 we could take. It would be really difficult, but I think we could take a 3v4.
I think maybe if we get lucky.
Nah, probably. Anyway.
Which of you has the highest passive perception again? I ask
Probably
this
me.
question every time because I always forget.
It's probably Diego.
Yeah, I think I have
Yeah.
a 16.
Ryan, as per usual, you're the first person to notice whenever literally anything happens, ever. You do hear the sounds of footsteps from outside, as per normal, because despite the danger around the church, the front road, the road ahead of it, still seems to be quite occupied, especially at this time of day. But it doesn't sound like the trotting footsteps of the common townsfolk. It sounds like heavy metal boots hitting the ground almost in unison.
Soldiers.
Huh?
They seem to be
Oh.
approaching quite rapidly.
They're coming closer to the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That is unfortunate.
are you telling us this?
There seems to be some soldiers making their way here. I'm gonna kind of whisper that to... specifically to Adam. Why did you go in there?
Because it's called stealth. I'm hiding because if they come in here and they start demanding things, I'd rather have them fucking cornered.
Oh God.
Alright. We will hide. I will hide as well.
No,
Or
you
just gonna-
you could do whatever you want. I don't. They may
I
just be
like-
coming here to be like, hey, so we've heard about
Everyone.
the Among Us party that you're hosting in the church. We have come to play.
Among Us. Also, can I see under the door or through the door at all? Like, is there any cracks?
Yes, same.
You can just barely see under the door.
All right. Does that warrant me opening the door because it's a box? Like just to be able to
Yeah.
see physically, or
You can have it open. Open. So, the group of you
Good
keeps
for
an
you.
eye out.
also this isn't here. This is just like an asset from a reused map, right?
No, that is totally not there, and not where the bones of Saint Angel are currently being.
This isn't actually here, is it?
It does look like there was something there before, as in it is there, but the lock has already been broken. It seems to go under the church. You believe that to be the previous hiding place for Saint Angel's bones.
How? No offense. How stupid do we think this priest is to put it directly back in the same spot?
I feel like that would. Oh, never mind. It wouldn't be smart because
All right. Jamie, do you have any reaction to being told about the dangers approaching?
Jamie.
Jamie.
He does not.
Jamie!
Let him be. Let the rabbit be acquired. He will
I
become
will
stupid.
simply let the rabbit be consumed. And
I just
walk
realized I didn't let the priest know about this. He just sees us all walk off.
I mean, I assume that he heard it when you told everyone else.
That's true. That's true. We'll just ignore the fact that I said I whispered it to Adam.
Oh God.
So all of you see as a set of 4 guards make their way in, all being led by one Isaac Strosny. And
Is
he
Jamie still out
comes.
there?
Yeah, he's still out there. Don't worry about it.
Bruh.
Father Lucian, you have been linked. We have been receiving information about recent disappearances that have taken place surrounding the church. We would like you to come with us for questioning regarding these disappearances and whether or not you may be involved. Please, Captain Sir, I can assure you that I've not left the church in some time. And many of my followers here, and the children can attest to that. They've seen me here the entire time for the past week. This isn't a discussion, Father. You will be coming with us.
Forge is
How long
going
does
to-
my wild shape last?
A number of hours equal to
Forge is
4
gonna look
hours.
at Adam and be like a kind of gesture. Should we act? Should we act?
Do you think it's a bad idea to see where they're going with wild shape as a spider?
If you can land on Father Strosny's jacket and follow them, I'd recommend that.
Did you just say Father Strosny?
Sorry. Fucking God.
You meant Patty.
Father Strosny.
Yeah,
Father Lucian and Isaac Strosny.
Yeah,
Totally
Father.
simple
If you can
names,
land
they're
on
easy to
Father
remember.
Father Lucian's like coat and then just follow them, just like hang out with him, then
Alright.
I'd say so.
I will do that. Spider shape.
Make me a stealth check with advantage.
Stealth with advantage.
Remember, you used the spider sticks.
Oh, do
That is
I?
true, but
You're good.
I think
You already-
that
you
still
probably already
passes. Yeah, technically, when you're wild shaped, you use their strength, dex, and con, so just their physical stats. But the spider also has proficiency in stealth, so it has a +4 instead of a +3.
Ooh, that's a 21. Does a 21 pass?
Ooh.
So on a 20, you would have been noticed, but on a 21,
Oh, woo!
Oh yeah.
Woo!
Stunning.
so
As he's
fuck?
walking by, I'm gonna crawl out under him, into his cape or into his cloak.
You don't have to crawl
very
under.
quickly slip into the robe. Oh, well, that doesn't sound right.
Slip under his robe.
So, as the guards make their
I'm gonna-
way out with the father and Isaac in tow, what would you like to do, Diego?
I'm just gonna attach myself to his cloak
Can he
until I can
talk?
find out where they're taking him.
Can he talk?
As Spider, no. No.
Oh my god! It is the fucking Armada! Holy shit!
Yep. So as you peek out, as they seem to be exiting, you can see the group of 16 armed guards, plus the captain, that have come to take the father.
Guys,
Oh, wait.
I think I can handle this. I got burning hands.
A dog, if you want to handle it, go ahead. Do it.
Don't.
Don't. There's a man in the middle.
Spider too.
I can handle a burning hands. It'll be fun.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine being a priest and then just getting arrested and being walked through the whole town with like, what is this like? 20 or what is that? That's 16 fucking people, and like the head of the police force just like walking you through the street. Like, Jesus Christ.
Call him Father Luigi.
Fucking Luigi,
Jesus
dude.
Christ.
It's Father Luigi.
So, Adam and Forge and Revik, if he's still there, what would the three of you like to do?
Please stay put. Please stay put.
Let them get leeway and then just follow them.
All right.
Also, there's no way for me to let them know that I did this, right? They just don't see me appear from the door.
They would
Just like-
know very well that you what room you walked into as all of you hid, but as soon as they see like the door has been untouched, one of them may check the door, have Revik check the door. Revik's like, Brian, we gotta go. Where the fuck is he?
If I make a good assumption, he's
Sneaky
probably
snick.
made the best possible move out of any of us. He's wild-shaped. He's hiding on them. He's used this ability
With the group of you
before.
following along.
Like, I imagine it's not hard to, like, follow 17 fucking people leading one guy.
No, you guys are going to be able to follow. I'm not going to have you roll stealth checks. The group of you are following behind from a decent distance. Because we've
fucking
gotten
people.
that time, I think this works out. Although I'm probably gonna do this more for JB's sake because I don't know if he's dead or not. We're just gonna end the session here, and the group of you will arrive at wherever they seem to be taking Father Lucian in the next session.
No! We only played for, like, an hour and 30! Shit!
That was 2 hours.
No, it's 2 hours of recording time,
Doesn't
which
count
was
the
30...
setup.
Yeah, which was 30 minutes of you setting up.
Ah, yes, my favorite game. Zach setting up his computer.
Yeah, Zach, I have a fucking timer going right now.
Fair enough, but also I don't really want to continue without.
No,
you.
I trust you. I understand.
That's fair. That's fair.
No, I'm not flaming you for that. I'm not being like, how dare
No,
you
we're
not
flaming
continue?
you, Zach. We're
It's
flaming
just-
We're
Oh, yeah,
flame
Diego's
broiling
flame.
you.
Ooh.
How dare you, Zach? This is not what I paid for.
Speaking of
Also, speaking of that, when's
speaking
the
of
next
payment,
payment? Is it
Yeah.
today?
yeah, it's
Now.
Wait, what? Did you just say now?
Yeah.
oh,
Now,
okay,
pay
cool.
me.
Okay,
Ow.
okay.
Now pay me. Oh,
I'm
maybe
doing it.
just
Hold on.
because-
Chill the.
Just because it is the last week of the month. But yeah.
So this payment's for this month or next month?
Pay me now.
That's for this month.
That's for this month, and then.
Yeah, remember,
next
Zach has
month.
bills he has to pay now.
Yeah, sure. I totally have bills.
And
Well, I
it's
mean,
20
you
bucks.
paid rent for your family back home, didn't you?
I mean, yeah. I still have to pay for the storage of all of my stuff back home, but that's. And then kind of the rent that I'm paying up here at the current moment, and the food that I'm buying, and so okay, so technically I am paying for things.
So wait, what?
I'm
Did you
like-
get a new job?
Oh. Well,
How much is it?
I
It's
am
20?
working. I don't have a job.
How much is it? It's
Okay,
20?
under the table.
I am sucking dick
Yo!
for monetary gain.
No.
You know, you could,
And It's
Zach, you could have,
actually quite a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie.
Zach, you could have visited Oklahoma, and I would have paid you.
All right, let's go. Prostitution.
Let's go.
There's not enough money in the world.
Zach, did you get that?
Yes.
How much? How
You
much is
should've
it?
got
It's
mine
20.
also.
It's 20.
One.
I do feel it's kind of fucked up, but it's really funny just to be like, all right, great session, guys. Where's my money?
Where's my money? Where's my fucking money?
$20 is $20.
Hey, if Zach, if I give you 40, can I pay for next month too?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
Zach, if I give you $200,
See,
can
the
I
thing
never
is,
pay again?
I wasn't even sure that I could actually do 12 hours this month because of how much time I spent, like, and I wasn't sure if actually.
Genuinely,
stuff.
I'm surprised because we like, I get it. This month was like kind of fucky. Jamie's fucking with it, and yeah, Jamie's fucking with this month, but the previous one was Emilio's fault, and like other than that, I think we've been doing fine.
Oh yeah, because I have absolutely no problem maintaining the standard, and I actually like doing the longer sessions. I just need to make sure to keep
Jumping.
everyone's interest, because two of you are at like 9 and 10 p.m. respectively. So,
May.
that's kind of the most important thing.
Cool.
Did Jamie just talk, or was that Hannah? Because I think I saw his light. Or am I tripping?
You're tripping.
Oh, I'm tripping balls.
You're tripping ball, my guy.
I'm going to hold off for
The
a little
fuck?
while and see if I can get
Hannah.
Jamie to like
The fuck
come
was
back
that?
to life.
Why did that sound so familiar?
It's the Visa.
Was that Visa? Okay,
It's
I
the
was gonna
Visa
say.
thing. All right,
Visa.
Zach, I sent you the money. You should have $40.
Thank you.
You should have $40. It's for May and June. So I don't have to pay next month. Ow.
Whippy. Did you just say ow to the noise?
Yeah. I got hit.
Top 10
500 cigarettes.